Although Season 5 disappointed everyone when it didn't bring back the OG map, the new map went through a significant amount of changes. The entire center of the map has been completely redesigned, vastly changing the dynamic of rotation. But even though it was just the center of the map with a few other things, there are still a couple of hidden gems. Hey, what's up guys, Exalted here, and today I'm going to be showing you the top 5 new landing spots for Arena in Fortnite Season 5. I'm excited to announce that I am collaborating with the mousepad company to bring you guys a free large mousepad. This mousepad is made by the 3rd place winner of the World Cup Epic Whale and his brother, so if there's one mousepad you can trust to be built perfectly for Fortnite, it's honestly this one. Now I know winning things like this seems very out of reach, but you'd be in fact wrong if you thought that. In my last $50 giveaway, not a single person entered, and in my last $10 giveaway, only 2 people entered, so you'd be surprised as to how easy winning this probably will be. I'm not making any money from this, I'm not getting paid by the mousepad company, I just genuinely enjoy their mousepad and I care about you guys. Since it's giving season, I just want to give back to the amazing community that's given me so much love. To enter, just follow the mousepad company and I on Twitter, and then use code EXALTED in the item shop. Now if you tweet a picture of me using my code, you will receive 2 entries instead of 1, doubling your chances, which like I said are already really high. But speaking of high chances of winning, let's get straight into the top 5 landing spots, starting with drop spot number 5. Although this spot isn't nearly as good in my opinion as the gems that take the podium in spot number 1 and 2, it still has fantastic advantages in versatility. It works perfectly with any playstyle and amount of points you're currently at in Arena or any tournament. This location is a mid to large size POI with tons of small hills, trees, and rocks, giving natural cover, making the spot feel much smaller and more personal than it actually is. The spot I'm talking about is of course Stealthy Stronghold. The benefit to this is it gives you tons of options based on your situation. If you get good RNG, you can roam around and sneak up on opponents to look for free early game frags, but sometimes good RNG doesn't come your way. The benefit to this spot is the natural cover allows you to easily slip away and rotate elsewhere for more loot, whether you need it or not. But my favorite thing about this spot is the fact that there are so many materials. Maxing your brick and wood is super easy and probably the fastest out of almost any spot in all of the Fortnite map. Usually when brick and wood are free though, metal is nowhere to be found, but not in this scenario. There is a surprisingly vast amount of metal here too. Early game materials are crucial for survival and avoiding bad luck. That way, early game fights come down to your skill as opposed to just gun RNG. In Fortnite, you never want to be limited in a fight based on what materials or guns you have, and with this spot, you will never run into that issue, which is why Stealthy Stronghold easily makes the top 5 list. Now this next spot is super unique. You're most likely not going to be making this your main drop spot, but there's definitely a time and place for it. Spot number 4 goes to the one and only Salty Towers. This dysfunctional and brain-dead location had to be on the list, as its little sister Tilted Towers was always and will always continue to be the capital city of the Fortnite map. Salty Towers serves an incredible purpose. Although the odds of you winning a game out of it are practically nothing compared to spot number 1 and 2 on my list, there's a lot more benefits than you may initially think. First of all, Salty Towers is extremely high risk but high reward, a fantastic place to drop during tournaments when you have throwaway games, and especially in the early stages of Arena grind where you want free kill points and there's no punishment for dying. When dropping here, you're putting your game sense and adaptability to the test, as RNG throws everything and its mother at you. But this place is where you either die after getting 1 to 2 kills in 30 seconds, or you somehow play your cards perfectly and walk out with 8 kills before mid-game has even started. With over 90 floor spawns and 23 chests, you bet you're walking out of here stacked, but this leads us straight into my favorite part about the drop spot, the close access to the sand and teleportation rocks, which even if you don't have a reason to use them, they're just super fun. Similar to Chapter 1 Season 4's Hop Rocks, these teleportation rocks are 10 times better. They provide extremely fast rotation across the map, and the teleportation makes it almost impossible for enemies to hit their shots on you. These rocks are one of the strongest forms of rotation in the game. The sheer speed you have allows you to rapidly cross from one side of the map to another, giving you the perfect way to W key or rotate, setting you up for endgame. If you're having a pop-off game and want to keep going, you can easily run down any opponent that dares to render into your render distance by hauling in sand or teleporting with family-friendly crack. But if you're feeling safe, using this mobility to quickly and effectively rotate to the next zone is just as viable. Overall, if you're trying to improve your game sense or you're dropping a 20 bomb, Salty Towers is the place to be. Now, drop spots number 3, 2, and 1 are much safer and more personal. These are going to be the spots that you can designate as your main drop spots when playing to win your next tournament or arena games. These are locations that will barely be contested and have the perfect amount of solo loot to set yourself up for endgame, especially for how small and discreet they are. Although spot number 3 isn't as good as 1 and 2, it once again serves a very specific and extremely useful purpose. This little spot located northeast of the 0 point is on the edge of the sandy region. This means rotation is easy, allowing you to play extremely aggressive or passive. On top of this, there are several amazing looting routes that you can go depending on your RNG. This location has 3 chests right next to each other and 9 floor spawns, giving you more than enough as a solo player. This spot is always free, but I do have to warn you that every once in a while a player from the top of the tree may land there and try to get some cheeky AR shots off on you. Luckily, you can slip into the sand and run 100 miles an hour, but now if you actually want to go 100 miles an hour, you can just always take a car on the road that's directly next to you. This spot is the best spot for solo top 25 placements, which will take you much further than you actually might think, especially in tournaments. Now let's get into the gems, my favorite 2 drop spots. Number 1 is definitely my favorite drop spot without a doubt, but drop spot number 2 is once again extremely adaptable, definitely the most adaptable out of any of these locations. I'm actually curious to see what you guys think about my list in the comments. Did I expose any of your secret drop spots, or is this top 2 list different than yours? Let me know below, I'll be reading all of the comments. But back to drop spot number 2, it's more of a looting route than one specific spot. This is useful because while you're landing, you can look around to see where other players are and aren't, then base your decision on that. Whether you want to be aggressive or not, that is completely up to you. My favorite part about this drop spot isn't the fact that it's right next to the sand for easy free rotates, but it's actually because you will genuinely find a little bit of everything. In the middle of the looting path, there's a small barn and a house with a couple floors and some chests. Parked at the house, you can hop in a car, drive next door to the gas station or over the bridge where there's even more chests. On top of this, it is surrounded by water. Fishing in Season 5 is going to be the most overpowered mechanic by all of them by a long shot. The loot pool and weapons you obtain are absolutely insane. And on top of that, you can fish up rifts and teleport stones. These are going to be extremely busted in those late games. Just across the water to the east, you're going to find a trailer with a chest, and in this clip, the secret agents were here for more free loot. Because these locations are separated by water, you will never have to worry about people rotating from other directions into you. But this isn't where it ends. This is just the beginning for gem number 2. If you cross the water from the gas station, you will find yourself at a factory consisting of tons of floor spawns and chest spawns. If you decide to head west from the house and the red barn, you can use the sand or rocks to quickly make your way over to Tomato Temple, another very small POI with loot that is directly next to a larger POI. This POI consists of lots of natural heals like cabbage because it's a cabbage farm. Overall, this drop spot is extremely diverse, allowing you to thrive no matter where your enemies are around you, and just like most of my favorite locations, it is right near the sand, which you can easily utilize to speed up rotation, secure kills, or position efficiently for late game. Now this leads us into my favorite drop spot so far. This spot, in my opinion, is the best out of all of the new drop spots, but you can expect about one player to always contest you. For me, this isn't really ever an issue because when I practice a main drop spot, I'm almost always more familiar with it than my opponent is, allowing me to usually get a free kill. Now, since you've made it this far in my video, you obviously enjoy my high quality content, so you might as well subscribe with notifications on, and if you want to support me a little bit more, you can use code EXALTED in the item shop. It really does help more than you think, but with this drop spot, you will find it just south of the 0 point. I like this spot because it consists of tons of chests and 25 floor spawns. There's a basement and 3 floors where you will find plentiful amounts of fruit and mushrooms, as well as several freezers for fish. Because it's so close to the center of the map, you will almost always get the first zone, meaning you can take your sweet time when rotating or planning out the rest of your game. On top of that, I have insane shotgun luck for some reason from this one chest, but no matter what, when you leave this unnamed unnamed location, you will be absolutely stacked. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my top 5 list, and good luck in your arena games and tournaments. With that being said, thank you guys for watching, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.